engine designs that are being incorporated are far more efficient than they used to be. I mean, bunker consumption rates are falling like a stone. And I think that is probably doing as much as anything could to reduce emissions, as changing the fuel or any other technology that might be introduced. If you are an MPP operator and you are largely a tramp operator, the fuel network and access to fuel and bunker around the world is the key decision you have to make. And if you are experimenting with modern fuel types, be it LNG or whatever it may be, hydrogen, ammonia, whatever it may be, it's just not available around the world. If you're on a liner service, perhaps between port pairs from Rotterdam and Dubai and Singapore, may be accessible. They're set up in the hubs, but most MPPs are in unusual secondary port places, and that just isn't possible. So. Traditional fuels, hydrocarbon fuel is going to be very much in the mix for MPP operators for a very long time to come. Only the engines themselves will get very much better.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think you have to be careful if you do any sort of tramp trade. You have to be very careful about your supply chain, and that will be the hardest thing. What we don't. For good or bad reasons, we have to acknowledge that, shipping as a whole transports, depending what you read, but either way, it's in the mid to high 90% of all global trade goes on ships. And we've done that for many, many years, and we've done that on a waste product. A waste product that comes out of refineries. As a result, it's very cheap, but actually by any other sustainable circular economy situation, that would be very good. Unfortunately, it is a bad polluting fuel. But we actually are an industry that has achieved a lot when you think about a process that is just a waste product we're running our ships on. And now we're going into something that's going to have to be specially made and shipped and transported and moved around everywhere in the world for us to use it. That is going to be a very complicated situation, but again, as Justin said, there's a lot of work to do, not just in the engines. The engines are really improved, but I mean, hull design, and we see that with the modern ships, other equipment, lower lubrication on the hull with air lubrication. You see wind assistance coming out. I don't think that will suit MPVs very well.
No.
But even adjustments to your propellers. But in port consumption, I mean, these ships are doing projects. Their time in port is probably proportionally longer than other ship types. All of this stuff has been worked on, and it comes down to a basic thing. We don't know what it's going to be. If it's going to be a biofuel, is it going to be a gas? Are we going to go to hydrogen? Whatever it is, I've said this before. Even if it's unicorn juice. The main thing is it's going to be expensive.